Right into one. A nice one. That is a nice fish, guys. Try to keep it out. Well, good morning. We are on a creek exploration mission this morning. I haven't stepped foot out of the car yet. I haven't really checked out the area. Looked at a aerial of it, saw some features that might be holding fish. Basically, we're going to take it on foot about an hour away from my house. Good buddy of mine told me about the location. Supposedly it holds that bass trifecta. Bring y'all with me. Let's try to catch some fish. Do a little explore and see what this area has to offer. It is a beautiful morning. Right off the rip, I see the launch over there. Looks like there's a nice little platform built for people to fish off of, and it does have a few individuals on it, so we're going to go ahead and skip that. See some water over here, which looks like a good place to start. See if I can find a small trail or a path. Also, this area looks walkable. Might have to cut through some trees to kind of get to that bank. Looks like a kind of a clearing type area. So there's a little path, looks lightly traveled. There's a cut right here. I could see it while walking up. This bank definitely looks fishable, man. A lot of the creeks here have a muddy, kind of rocky bottom. Kind of what I brought the gear for. Yeah, this looks good for smallies. A lot of bugs in the water. A little bit of cover. This almost jets out to a point, so I guess we can start here. Kind of work my way around this bank, see if anything's biting right away. I kind of want to hit that bush. It looks really shallow, but could be something there. Alright, so we're going to use this shaky head. Kind of feel around the bottom. Try to see if we can find a rock pile or something like that. Because while this bank will provide some structure, it's extremely shallow. I mean, less than a foot deep for the most part. Okay. Right over there, man. That was something. I think we need to take that as a sign and work over to that area. You know what? I think I could probably walk it. I don't want to spook a ton of fish. Is that something? No, it's a rock. We're gonna go back on this little trail, and I'm imagining that we're not the first people to think about that area being good or seeing fish jump over. There's probably a little pathway or something we could work. Try to be pretty quiet. Probably start out finessey. Jet a cast out, probably from like right here, yeah, and kind of throw into that pocket, and we'll move up. I just don't want to spook anything. I fished this area out for a good 15 minutes. Didn't catch anything, not even a strike. Now that looks pretty good to me. However, kind of seems like a buddy mission. I don't really want to do all that all by myself right now. This area is heavy with cottonmouths, that sort of thing. I just listened to a podcast on dude getting a nasty snake bite, and I'm kind of spooked to venture that area right now, in all realness. So we're gonna kind of jet around a little point that I saw earlier that might be holding some fish. Like I said, this looks really good, but I'd like to get around that log and get on that bank. I think that's for another time with a buddy who can help watch my back out here. Good fish. There we go. It feels decent. I mean, it's not huge, but it's our first. Bass. Let's see what kind we're packing here. Oh yeah, that's got some size to it. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. That's a real nice one. Real nice largie. It's a pliers job. These heads can get real up in there. You something beautiful, fat, healthy, probably a little over 2 pounds, maybe 2.5. All right, thanks for the bite, girl. And off she goes. So this is a pretty neat tube, what we just caught it on. I'll show it off more at the end during the breaking on the baits portion. However, jig head, I don't think I'd choose this one again. I kind of just grabbed a pack, grabbed some little tubes. It is a NetBait bait fuel tube. Now this is what the bottom we're working with looks like and feels like out there. However, there's got to be a reason. Sometimes there's not a reason, but I'd like to think there's a reason why that fish is out here, which means probably a bigger source of cover or some sort of drop off, because this all seems pretty shallow. I mean, maybe a foot right where I'm standing, but I don't think it gets too much deeper than that. Within a reasonable casting distance, maybe 4 or 5 feet. Could be a nice drop off though. Could be some nice cover out there. Right up on the back. Got him. It's not that big. Another beautiful largemouth. Same tube, different color. Man, they are slippery. Alright, pretty one right here. The itty bitty. I think we kind of found him. I think I found the area, a little hot spot amongst the creek, which is absolutely awesome. We'll get her back in. We'll keep going at it. Hopefully catch some bigger ones, more, maybe a better variety, maybe some spots, maybe some smallies. We'll get her back in. Surely are. Thankful for you. Whoa. Acrobatics. Little one. Little fighter. Oh, she shook it, dude. She shook it. Kind of found a real cool feature I want to hit, as well as found a nice rock pile that we have snagged up on, or what I believe is a rock pile. From the feel of it, I'm gonna make our way over here. You can see there's like a little island type deal. I guess it's not really an island, it just kind of jets out there. There's some casts over here. Could have been the reason that fish is in this area. See if we can get it. nice one. That is a nice fish, guys. Try to keep it out. Oh yeah. This could be a day maker if it's a bass. Yeah, that is a nice bass. I gotta get you up here safely. I have it retied and I hit him too. I'm not huge, but that's a respectable bass right there. Beautiful. It's a good looking fish. On that tube, I mean, I think we found an awesome new location to catch fish at. Really, really pretty, nice size, well fed. Good looking, Margie. We'll get you back in there. Thank you, girl. The NetBait 2.5 inch tube. This is the bait that got me through the day. It got me every bite I had. Got it done. I brought several baits, but ended up leaning very, very heavily on this one, so we're going to talk about this today. So this is what she looks like out of the packaging. Now, this color is green pumpkin blue. The other one I was throwing is called dark melon orange flake, I believe. Very, very cool color. These are the only ones I have left, unfortunately. I snagged up that other one. So right off the bat, it is a 2.5 inch tube and it weighs 5 grams. So that's pretty heavy for a bait of such little length, I guess I would say. It's very, very thick. It's very dense. It's got some feelers. And I like all that about this bait. So a lot of pros on this in general. It displaces a lot of water while maintaining that smaller profile. It still gets noticed and it is very, very durable. I'd say the one con is the durability in the same sense that this plastic is very, very thick. So it's hard to punch an eye through. I was kind of struggling. I had to really, really pinch this plastic. So if I were to do it again, I'd rig it on a different tube head. I actually have some with me that I'm going to show you all that I think would work a little better. Now, I carelessly grabbed a pack of my standard tube heads. I didn't even try to pre-rig one. Didn't really think about it. So these are the 1/8 ounce tube head jig by Eagle Claw. Kind of my go-to. I like how much lead is on the tip of this. I like how that weight is just focused on this point. It makes it very, very easy for me to manipulate this bait in the water, to swim it, to pop it off the bottom, that sort of deal. That's why this is my go-to tube head. What I should have brought is the Bass Pro Shops Crappie Max Slip and Slide. Now, I did try several tube heads. I got a whole drawer full of them. That's how often I fish this style of bait. I'm very, very comfortable with it. I just like them. They get bit by me. I'm a bit of a wizard in the tube department. It's like it's either a tube or a paddle tail as my favorite bait of all time. I don't know. It's a close one. It's probably gonna be the paddle tail, but tubes in summer, tubes in spring for sure. Paddle tails in fall and winter. Now, the Crappie Max slip in heads, a 1/8 ounce and a generous 15 pack. Now, this bait comes in an 8 pack, which is pretty good before I forget about that. Now, the weight is a little more evenly distributed, which I don't like as much, but you can see it's got a much longer eye and the shank is just slightly shorter. So it fits in there really, really good. There. I mean, that's a nice pairing. That's a nice fit right there. I'm not going to do it right now. I don't want to ruin this tube. I only have 3 left, but I could just pop that eye through with little to no effort. That's an easy rig on the water. It's still a fairly tight fit. Anyhow, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I had a great time making this one. As always, get some good fish on, my friends. I will see you Monday doing a video on creek fishing, a whole nother creek, caught some really, really interesting fish.